Hey guys, it's Vivian the Somm Next Door. Today we're gonna be talking about Portuguese wines. And I'm gonna call people out. I think a lot of people who are claimed wine experts or sommeliers or WSET, diploma, whatever, they don't really know that much about Portuguese wines besides port and Madeira. So besides those fortified wines, if you dig and ask them what their favorite Portuguese wine is, if you really ask them questions, they're not gonna really know that much. I think Portuguese wines are the least understood Western wines out there. So we're gonna go on a journey together. I'm gonna share you with my process because I didn't know that much about Portuguese wines as well. So Portugal has been making wine for a very, very long time. There's a lot of places that are still picking their wines by hand, trotting them by feet, but it really hasn't been until recently, like the 1980s, that they've made technological advances in their winemaking process. But because it's like fairly not well known, there are a lot of great deals. There are a lot of native grapes, like 250 plus native grapes that aren't grown anywhere else in the world. That in itself is daunting, just like with other Italian wines and other lesser known regions. People just aren't familiar with them. Portuguese wines are known by the regions. So let's take a look at the wine that I'm drinking today. It is called Cabeca de Toiro, so head of the bull. Okay, so I am gonna be perfectly honest. I had no clue where this DOC was. I had no clue. I was like, Dotejo? Dotejo. I don't know where that is. But I did know, like from the bottle, it says DOC, so that must mean that it is a smaller region within a region, their VR, Vinho Regional. So I was like, okay, so this has to be slightly higher quality because it has a smaller region. I was like, all right. So I learned about Dotejo is that this region's basically like the breadbasket of Portugal. So I'm like, ooh, does that mean it's okay? Usually bread baskets aren't the greatest places to get wine because the more the vines have to like really work to like get water, or like it's really hot and like there's less of a yield, then the grapes are just better and it makes better wine. So I was like, we'll see. Then I was like, okay, Reserva. So Reserva, it means that it has been aged in oak. So if you look in the back, it says this wine has been aged 9 months in French oak barrel. There you go. The next step above that is Cabeca. So if you see that on the bottle, that means for a red wine that it has been aged at least 3 years. So that's like a higher step. A lot of Portuguese wines are all about blends. Just like with port, they like to blend their wines with different grapes. So this wine, we have Syrah, international grape, Castelao, and Touriga Nacional. So Touriga Nacional is the one where you gotta be like, oh, I heard that. Because Touriga Nacional is grown all around Portugal, and that's like basically the Portuguese version of Cabernet Sauvignon. So it provides the tannins, it provides the alcohol, the color, the fruit. So Touriga Nacional is in a lot of different wines. So if you see that in the blend, you're like, okay, this is probably gonna be fuller body, which this wine definitely is. Even though I don't know that much about Portuguese wine, I can be like, okay, that's the DOC, Reserva means it has some aging, here are the grapes. And I know that from these grapes that this is a full body wine. I would say this is as good as some of the Bordeaux's I've had. This is as good as some of the Sonoma Bordeaux blends I've had, Ribera del Duero Tempranillos. I also forgot to say, so this bottle was a little shy of $15. Great value. You can find very good wines between $10 to $15, dry red wines. Also, one of my favorites is Vinho Verde. It's like super refreshing. It's like my favorite summer wine, and I talked about it in my Trader Joe's video. I love their Esperal Vinho Verde. Like, I think now it's like $5 or $6, but that is Just so easy, low alcohol, very refreshing, easy drinking, and it's great. Let's get into some of the more famous regions because I'm gonna be honest, Dotejo, this is the first time I saw Dotejo. Most famous region is the Douro. That area is also the same area where they grow the grapes for port. Now that is along the Douro River, which is the same as the Doiro River. If you keep going east, you'll eventually hit Ribera del Duero. So if you like Ribera del Duero wines, then Douro wines are like just right up your valley. Same for Brunelos or California Cabs. They're full body, very powerful grapes, and they use a lot of Touriga Nacional, right? The Portuguese Cabernet version, Touriga Franca. It's a native grape, but it's similar to a Merlot. It's a little bit silkier. Then there's Tinta Roriz, which is the Portuguese way of saying Tempranillo, right? Tempranillo, just like Spain. And those are like the three main grapes that you will see in a Douro wine. And the Douro is very, very hot. Like they are known for like 110-degree summers. The vines actually like go dormant during the summer, and then they actually, well, not dormant. They like shut down during the day because it's like so hot. And then at night, that's when they transfer nutrients. So the grapes are really small and they have thick skin, which contributes to very, very concentrated and beautiful wines. I mean, you can find wines from $10 to $15 that, you know, are a little bit, you know, everyday drinking wines, very easy. But then if you go into the $30, $50 range, then we're talking about wines that can be aged for, you know, decades and are very, very tasty and great, great value. South of that is the Dao. And Dao is also very, very well known, but it is cooler than the Douro, higher elevation, so the grapes are a little bit lighter in style. Similar grapes as Douro, but medium body to full body, there's a range. It's a little peppery, a little spicy, a little bit more, I would say a little bit more elegant is the Dao. And then another up and coming region is Alentejo. But that's where the cork trees are grown and full body wines because it's a little bit warmer. And so that's another great place to get wines. There are a lot of other DOCs, but I would say those three are like already established or up and coming with the Alentejo. I feel like I've been talking like 10,000 miles per hour because I've been so excited about this wine. I'm like, oh, look at this, guys, less than $15. Very tasty, rounded, nice tannins, nice structure, just like easy going, smooth wine. It's exciting. Portuguese red wines are up and coming, and right now they're very, very affordable. So I highly recommend getting a bottle and just trying it out, seeing which styles that you like or which producer that you like. Well, thank you guys for joining me on my little spiel about Portuguese wines. I am definitely gonna do a Port or Madeira episode because those are definitely my favorites. Please let me know in the comments what Portuguese wines that you guys are drinking and what other areas that you want me to cover. And cheers, you guys. I'll catch you guys later.